Hey, what's up everybody? ForneverWorld here today to do my review of One Piece episode 534. Now, a few different things happened in this episode. One thing I could say that I noticed was it was very light on showing Luffy in this one. You know, for the most part, Luffy is always heavily shown in the episode, and he was only shown for a slight moment towards the end when he's talking with Shirahoshi, and she tells him exactly where they're going, and, you know, the Sea Force and what it is actually a graveyard. And, it was a nice little scene or whatever, and it was actually a pretty nice departure from the usual, always having just like non-stop loopy for the past I don't know how many episodes. So I liked it. For the most part, this episode focused on Decken, Hordy Jones, and the crew, and they're basically just talking and explaining everything and stuff like that. We learn in this particular episode Decken's new, not new, his technique, the Mark devil fruit, and basically that's the reason why he can't swim. He basically says that he's cursed, and it's pretty crazy that what he's doing in this episode. He basically threatens them. He's like, him and Hordy Jones, they're like in cahoots. Hordy Jones tells the pirates, you know, we need to get through there, and the only one that's been able to get through there is Decken throwing stuff. So we're gonna throw you guys, and then you're gonna unlock the door for us. And they're like, but we're gonna get smashed into the wall. And he's like, well, then I'm gonna just push you out the bubble. So they're basically screwed. And then Decken just picks them up and starts throwing them. It's freaking crazy. Decken is like, they're just some sadistic people. They don't care. They're not, you know, these fishermen are just like ruthless. They do not care, and they make it very evident that they hate humans. And it was pretty crazy what happened with Hachi in this episode. He shows up and he's like trying to talk some sense into them, like, yo, the Arlong pirates fell, just give it up, stop the nonsense. And they don't want to hear nothing of it. It seems as though they didn't learn from history. You know, Arlong got his ass kicked, so they just like, nah. And the craziness that happens is Decken takes a bunch of arrows and throws it at Hachi, and it was pretty intense. I really liked that moment. To me, that was probably a standout moment of this episode. Hachi's trying to get away from all the arrows coming at him, and eventually all the arrows hit him in his back. And I was like, whoa. That was pretty crazy, to be honest with you. And he ends up washing up on shore, and Sanji and Chopper find him. And the Sanji and Chopper moment in the episode is pretty hilarious, too. Every time Chopper does that thing where he's like, oh, stop it, you bastard, because Sanji and Chopper finished off the people that were, you know, trying to capture them, the soldiers. And it was basically started off Chopper with his kung fu, and then Sanji finished them off because they were trying to capture him from being able to see Shirahoshi and stuff like that. They were trying to handcuff him, and Sanji just starts going crazy, kicking and stuff like that. I thought that was freaking crazy. But then Chopper's like, you know, think before you act. And then Sanji's like, oh, what are you talking about? You just beat half of them up with your kung fu. And then he's like, oh, stop it, you bastard. And it's hilarious. He keeps going. And then when Hachi shows up and they're like, we need a doctor. He's like, hey, I'm a doctor. I love those moments with Chopper. That was pretty freaking hilarious and funny. And more or less, that was pretty much the episode in a nutshell. It just focused mainly on Hordy Jones, Decken, and then we got little snippets of things that are going on. There was also a scene with Frankie, and he was talking a little bit about Tom and, you know, his ship that he built and stuff like that. I wasn't too keen on that. It wasn't like my favorite moment or anything. That was probably my least favorite moment of the entire episode, to be honest with you. I really liked those seeing the Decken and Hordy Jones stuff. It felt very villainous, very dark. And you see that they really hate humans, and particularly Hordy Jones. Like, Decken is just a creep, and he just wants Shirahoshi's, you know, 16-year-old bod. Hordy Jones is a creep. I mean, Decken is a creep. Hordy Jones is just, like, hateful. Overall, pretty crazy episode. Something different, it felt like, you know, focused mostly on the bad guys this time. Not like always, you know, the good guys we always see, the Straw Hats. So I really liked the departure that they took with this particular content in this, you know, episode and stuff like that. But let me know what you thought of the episode. What did you think of this kind of different feel? Like, you know, for the most part, the bad guys took over for this episode, and we just saw their hatred, and we learned about Decken's powers and stuff like that. You know, what was your overall thoughts? What was your favorite moment? Was it the Sanji scene? Was it the Decken and Hordy Jones stuff? Was it the little part? Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot. The very end, spoiler by the way, we see Jinbe at the very end. That was pretty awesome to see as well. And he's talking about Queen Otohime and her values and stuff. So probably the next couple episodes will be learning more about Queen Otohime. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, what's your favorite moments? Leave me a comment or a video response giving me your thoughts on them. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode, and thumbs up for your favorite moment. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, have an awesome day, people.